Friends, welcome to another video on Mystical Channel. It is one of California's unsolved murder cases. 4 members of the same family had lost their lives that day. This was a case that created a stir at that time. Those who witnessed the incident are still hoping for justice and an answer to the mystery. There are various ways to move the veil of secrecy in criminal cases. Technologies are now a big boon for investigation. But a few years ago, no such technology was available. As a result, there are enough instances where cases that once created a stir have remained secret without reaching the desired target during the course of investigation. There are a lot of such mysterious cases all over the world. Such cases remain curious for many years. This case is one of them. Let's take a look at the story of a horrific murder case in this video. When any criminal activity takes place and the criminals are punished, it provides some solace to the families of those who have suffered injustice or have been murdered. However, in some cases, the criminals manage to complete their acts without leaving a single clue. Such cases remain unsolved for many years. This is also a horrific murder case belonging to that category. It was in the year 1981. A dreadful incident occurred in Caddy, California, USA. On the night of April 11th and 12th, 1981, 3 people were murdered in the same house, one of whom went missing. In the disaster-stricken area, everyone lived together. They were all well with their neighbors. Life continued peacefully for those present there. Similarly, in house number 28 of this Caddy resort, Glenna Sushant Shiv, a mother of 5 children, resided. After moving away from her husband, she had built a life here. However, it was in this house that Glenna's life came to an end. On that day, Glenna was with her children Ricky, Greg, and Tina. Also present with them was their friend Justin Smart. Glenna's 14-year-old daughter was sleeping at a neighbor's house, while her eldest son John Stephen and his friend Dana Hall had gone to a nearby village. Thus, John and Dana, who had gone to the nearby village, had also returned home. Everything was normal that day. But then the situation changed completely. They had no small clue that something was going wrong in their home. By nightfall, something that should not have happened had happened. 3 people from house number 28 of Caddy Resort were murdered. 1 was missing, but even though there were 3 more children in the house, there was no danger to them. Glenna, her eldest son John Stephen, and John's friend Dana Hal Wingent were found lying in a pool of blood. Glenna's 14-year-old daughter, who had spent the night at her neighbor's house, came to know about the murder when she returned home in the morning. Besides, Tina was not at home. Surprisingly, Glenna's 2 younger sons, Rick and Greg, and their friend Justin Smart were in the basement at home, but nothing happened to them. The triple murder had created a stir in the area. Everyone was terrified. However, Tina's disappearance from the house added to the fear, anxiety, and confusion. 12-year-old Tina, who went missing, remained a question for many years. During the investigation, it was found that Tina had been kidnapped when the bodies of the 3 were found. However, it was only in April 1984 that it was discovered that Tina had not survived. Her skull and bones were found at Camp 18 near Feather Falls, about 160 kilometers from her home. A forensic examination confirmed that it was Tina's bones. However, it is not yet known what Tina's end was. The investigation in the case was also going on at a fast pace. Many were also being interrogated, but to no avail. The knife used in the murder was also found at the time of the murder. The murder was so horrific that the knife found that day was bent by 30 degrees. The police also found stab marks on the door. The three were killed when their limbs were wrapped in tape and electric wires. John and Dana were hammered to death. However, the investigation could not be taken to the full shore, but the investigation is going on. In 2016, a hammer was found in the pond. This is also the main evidence in this murder case. According to the police, this murder must have happened due to acquaintances. There is still curiosity among the people regarding this murder. Some have even suspected Justin, who is a friend of the woman's sons. There was also suspicion directed at the neighboring resident, Martin Smart. Investigators had interrogated and gathered information from the nearby residents. However, nothing helped in pushing the investigation further. Additionally, Justin, who was at the house that day, had provided some information. According to him, while he was in the bedroom with Rick and Greg, he was alerted by sounds coming from the living room. At that time, when I looked there were two men with Glenna. One had a mustache and short hair, while the other was clean-shaven with long hair. Both were wearing glasses. After this, John and Dana came home and had a heated argument with these two men. Then Tina entered the room. Justin said that someone had dragged her outside. Based on the information he provided, the police had also prepared sketches of the two suspects. However, the daughter who saw the three corpses that day is still searching for justice. She is shedding tears, wanting to know the truth about who the murderers are. 4 decades have passed. This murder case still retains its intrigue. Various doubts continue to circulate among the people. But there has been no answer to any question even today. Friends, let's meet again in another video. Greetings to those there.